Alright, so today I was going to make a video on summoning for Valerie, but there has been an announcement on JP. The next crossover is going to be a magical index. I don't know which one it is. It's either a magical index, a scientific railgun, or I don't remember what goes with it, but accelerator. Um, I think it's just all three. I don't know like which anime it's actually from, but all four of them are in it. So it's gonna be, I don't remember his name, but the guy, and then it's gonna be Index, and then Accelerator and Railgun. I don't remember their actual names. I haven't watched it in a while, but I've seen it. It's pretty good. So here's all of their normal arts. Like this, once you ascend them, this is gonna be their artwork. So honestly, they all go kind of hard. The Railgun, that's a little, you know, what? I'm not gonna say anything. And the guy, don't remember his name. That's just Shiro's art. That's literally just Shiro's art. Just a different guy. And then Index, she just looks like Priestess, but different character. She's cool. I think my favorite character from this crossover is going to be Accelerator. I don't know. He's not in the part one. The part one is going to be the guy and then Railgun, but I think Index is going to be really good, and I think Accelerator is going to be crazy. But here's their SPs. So here's the guy's SP. He's just like protecting Index, with his right hand. If you don't know, his right hand is just like, that's his whole character. His right hand just like completely negates magic or something. He's pretty cool, but and then Index, she's just like, I don't know. I think she holds all the knowledge of something. So she's got a bunch of spells memorized or something like that. She's pretty cool artwork. And then this one actually goes hard, bro. Like Railgun's SP, she's just above the city. Might have to cop that one. I don't really like her normal artwork. It's a little weird, but this one goes hard. And then here is Indexes. This is when I think there's a part in the anime where like her brain gets reset every year for some reason, and this kind of stuff happens to her. Like she gets tied up in these red things, but I don't really remember, so I could just be lying. Honestly, I like her normal artwork more than her SP. And then Accelerator's SP, I think that's Railgun. I don't know, but he it looks a little weird. I don't know. His head doesn't look like it's on his body. But whatever. And then the first two units we are getting are going to be, man, I really can't remember his name. This guy, right? We're going to go over his kit real quick. So for him, he's going to be a water human. Artwork. And his slots are going to be 6-star physical, 5-star defense, 4-star support. His skill is going to be pretty good. It's going to increase arts by 30, and additionally, if used for the first time per battle, increase own arts by an additional 70. So it's like the same as Hajime's, except I think Hajime's is 40, but 100 at the start of battle. So it's pretty much the same thing. It's going to be really good. And then his art is going to increase all allies' arts by 20. For 30 seconds, redirect allies' damage taken to self, gain a damage barrier that negates 25,000 damage to self, and increase own magic res by 35%. Additionally, add a 10,000 to own super arts multiplier each time arts is activated, max 150,000. So he's gonna be it's Shiro. It's rip off Shiro. That's literally what he is. He's a water human. He has the same artwork. His art is pretty much just Shiro's, but a taunt tank, and with magic res instead of physical res. And he's got a little bit of Arch Gen. That Arch Gen is going to be helpful. It's definitely, like, he is a good unit. Like, if you don't have Shiro, this guy is going to be solid. Except for the part where taunt tanks, sometimes, like, if or shield killer, literally just completely makes them useless, which is tragic. But for me, personally, I don't need a taunt tank. I have Gamagori with my toes, which is he's going to be the best taunt tank for a long time, probably ever. He has 100% DR. Maybe like Kiri, if I did the same thing with Kiri with my Truth of Eternities, and then um, because Kiri has those damage taken down debuff removers, so that might be better. But this man, if you don't have a good taunt tank, if you don't have a good tank, he is going to be an amazing one. So his true art for 30 seconds increased all allies damage against fire, light, and dark enemies by 200%. So if you're going up against a fire, light, or dark enemy, using this true art is going to be crazy. And this should stack with most things in the game just because it's such a strange debuff. Like they have to be fire, light, or dark, and then they get the debuff. So in my non-expert opinion, I do think this will stack with a lot of debuffs. But super art, 150,000% water damage physical, increase own arts by 100, and for 20 seconds, reduce enemies' damage res by 100%. So yeah, I'm guessing his true art and his super art's damage res down will stack. So yeah, and if you combine this with his art, that's going to give him the extra 150,000%. That's a 300,000% with a 300% damage res down. I mean, that's going to be hitting pretty hard, and it's going to increase his own arts by 100. So the way you're going to play this guy is just like spam arts every wave. You just hit his skill art, and then you clear the wave, and then by the time you're at the boss, you're going to have probably like 90,000, or wait, no, it's only 10,000. That's really slow. You're only going to have like 30,000 extra damage. That is way too low. But his abilities, Imagine Breaker. When this unit takes lethal damage, prevent HP from dropping below 1 HP for 5 seconds and increase own arts by 100. For 25 seconds, increase own attack by 100%. So this is like Gamagoris or like Geralds. They just become unkillable for 5 seconds. So in certain situations, this is broken. Like my Gamagori in GC and in Mines, like most of the time he's unkillable. But if for some reason the boss does like some giant nuke, it doesn't matter. He's unkillable for 5 seconds. Like literally unkillable. Nothing in the game can kill him. Not a single thing. He is unkillable. So this is a very good passive for taunt tanks. In my opinion, this is one of the best passives. And then he's going to increase his own paralysis and freeze res by 100% passively. So you don't. So like with Kiri, with the other two ascended taunt tanks, I'm not sure about Sistina, but with Kiri, you have to use his true weapon to get the flinch res. And then with Gamagori, you have to use his super art to get flinch res. So with this guy, it's just passive flinch res. Hype. And then when near death, increase own skill CT speed by 10%. So his DR, as far as the tank goes with his kit, we'll get to his true equip in a second. But his kit, he's gonna have a 25,000 barrier with 35% magical res, and then the rest of his kit is pretty much just damage oriented. He's a little bit of an archgener on that art too, though. So if you don't have a good tank, this man is going to be very helpful. I can't see very many situations where, like, especially beta, you would definitely be taking beta over this guy. Instead of Shiro, sometimes if you need a little extra archgen, you could definitely be taking him. But as far as shielding goes, he's a taunt tank, not ideal. And yeah, it's not the best. But his true weapon is going to, if his own HP is 70% or above, for 10 seconds, increase own physical damage by 50%. If it's below 70%, heal 30% of his max HP. So that's cool. But when equipped by him, he's going to increase damage res by 30% and arts by 1 a second. So this is definitely best in slot, not even close. It's just giving him passive 30% DR. So now he's up to 65% DR with a 25% shield. You put a toe on him, I don't know. Toe's not really going to work because of this true weapon. If he's under 70% HP, he's just going to heal himself. That's not ideal, but, overall, I don't think he's going to be as good as Shiro or Beta in terms of tanking. But if you don't have a good taunt tank, here's your chance. And then next up is going to be Railgun. I don't know her actually. Misaka Mikoto. And this guy's name was Kamijou Touma. I could be butchering that so hard, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care. And then Railgun, her slots are going to be 6-star magical, 5-star magical, 4-star heal, 4-star support at LB7. And then her skill is going to increase her arts by 40. Pretty standard, it's whatever. Her art is going to increase own attack and skill CT speed by 100%. Pretty cool. And then for her true art, for 30 seconds, increase light allies stats by 50% and reduce enemies crit res by 100%. So let's say I'm thinking of the crit buffer and debuffers on Mono Light. So like Kenshin and Ilya, if you didn't get Kenshin or Ilya, you could pick her up and then you could get some crit on your Mono Light team. But her super art is going to do 200,000% light damage, magical. And then for 25 seconds, reduce enemies' light res by 150%. And each time super art is used, refresh own magic equips if the equip's remaining CT is more than 50%. So I don't really know what that means. Like the remaining equip CT is more than 50%. So I don't know if that means like it's over halfway done recovering or if it's under halfway done recovering. I might just be crazy, but whatever. Her abilities: Electric Shock user. When self is unafflicted by status ailment, increase own damage by 100%. For her first 90 seconds of the quest, increase own arts by 3 a second. And then she has the ratio passive. It's only 1%, pretty weak. But yeah. So this unit, she's going to be... She's going to be a damage dealer. That's pretty much it. Yeah. I don't really like her. So she's going to have that attack up and that stats up. Those... Actually, that 50% stats up is going to be a 50% heal. So in certain situations, I could see where she's useful. But honestly, in almost every Mono Light comp, I'm taking Saitama over her. It's like Saitama is going to be doing so much more damage, and he's going to be having pretty much a Shiro art on his true art. Like, she's going to be hitting pretty hard, but Saitama's going to hit way harder, and he's just better. Like, honestly. Like, the only reason I could see you using her over Saitama is because SGL is a magic buffer and Saitama is a physical damage dealer. So if you have SGL on your Mono Light team, you're going to be running her and she's going to be buffing her magic damage like crazy. A 300% damage buff is a lot, but I don't know. Saitama, he's just hitting so much harder. But honestly, I don't really like Railgun's kit, I'm going to be honest. But here's her true weapon. So for 60 seconds, reduce enemies' magic res by 20% stackable. So yeah, you're going to be wanting to run her with SGL. And then when equipped by her, the magic res down effect on this equip is doubled. Does not... Yep. Definitely going to want to run her with SGL. So you could get some crazy. So like, complete estimation, 50-second cooldown with SGL. That's going to go down to like 20 seconds. I just made that up. But... And then for 60 seconds, reduce enemies' magic res by 20%. It doubles, so 40%. And then for 60 seconds, you're going to be able to get about 3 stacks of this at one time. So 120% magic res down just from one equip. It's pretty good if you use her with SGL. But honestly, like, she's going to be hitting hard. She's definitely going to be a good damage dealer, but nothing close to young Islid or to Saitama. She's gonna be doing more damage than like Kenshin, but the issue is Kenshin is an archgener and provides DR. She's literally just doing damage. I do not. She also has that 50% heal, but it's mid. Honestly, I just don't like her kit. I'm gonna be honest. But so my main takeaway from this is Railgun's pretty trash. Honestly, don't want her at all. All right, so pause real quick. Just while I was editing, I realized she has 2 5-star magic slots and her super art resets her magics. So, depending on how her super art reset works, it says if the equip's remaining CT is more than 50%. So, I'm just like not comprehending that whatsoever. I don't know, but I don't know if that means it's over 50% done recovering or it's less than 50% done recovering. If it's less than, you're going to want to pair her with crazy archgeners, keep spamming that super art. If it's more than 50%, you're going to want to pair her with SGL, so then you can cut that down. And then her true weapon, it's going to take like 10 to 12 seconds for it to get halfway, and then boom, you just win. You just spam this super art, and you're going to be getting crazy magic res downs. So you have 2 of them, right? And it's going to do 40% magic res each time because it doubles when it's on her. So that's 40% each time you use it. It's up for 60 seconds, and about we're going to go 15 seconds. So you're going to be able to get 4 stacks from each of them. That's 160. And you get 2. That's a 320% magic res down. She might be hitting crazy. Like, oh, okay. I redact my statement. She is going to be insane with Young Islid, BFM, SGL, and her is going to be a crazy damage. Mono Light just keeps getting better, bro. This is crazy. All right. And she has that 50% heal. And BFM and Young Islid both have 5-star defenses. This team is going to be able to stay healthy. You're going to be able to use these defense equips to get like 60% DR all the time. And then she has a 50% heal. You can just heal the whole team and get a 320% magic res down debuff. Like, I may have underestimated her a little bit. She is very good. She is going to be very good. Um, that's it. She's gonna be good. But the guy with the right hand is literally just a copy of Shiro, but he's a taunt tank instead of a mitigation tank. So if you don't have Shiro, you don't have any good tanks, pick him up. But I'm praying that part 2 of this crossover is going to do something so much better, because I want to pity a unit so bad, and these units are just not pity worthy. They're not that crazy. Like, if part 2 of this crossover comes out on JP before Saitama on Global, and they're not good, I might just pity Saitama. I don't know. Saitama's crazy, but these units, they're just mid. It's kind of tragic, just because I just want to pity someone so bad. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Tomorrow I'm gonna have my Valerie summons out. But yeah, see ya.